All right, can you hear me now? Can everybody hear me now? Sorry, I guess I didn't have it added. My bad. Dude, I'm so excited for the NBA. Gosh, it's been way too long. I am so pumped. Seriously. It's about time for the 2022-2023 fantasy basketball draft here. Man, we got about 14 and a half minutes. I am I'm really excited. Seriously. It's been a crazy long time. What is going on? Got to get the bag. Adam Green, I appreciate you for letting me know. I guess I didn't have it in my little source list for some reason. I don't really know what's going on with it, but for some reason I didn't. So Travis Webb, thank you so much for tuning in, my man. How's everybody doing tonight? I know that the NFL's going on right now, but I still appreciate you guys for popping in, for real. I really do. Is anybody else doing a fantasy basketball draft? How many people are like? How many guys do you have in your leagues and stuff? Travis says watching the game, listening to you. Yo, I really appreciate that. Truly, um, I'm as much as I wanted to watch the Monday night football game, I decided that like I had this draft and I knew it was time for I just knew it was time. I had to had to do it. We are going to be fading the Spurs and the Jazz all year long. So I partially agree with you. When it comes to the team wise, absolutely. I definitely won't be touching a Spurs or a Jazz like spread at all this year. But when it comes to those player props, I love Devin Vassell this year. He's going to be definitely on my priority list for stuff like that. And I think if Colin Sexton gets healthy, I think he's going to be in a really good spot as well, honestly. But yeah, when it comes to the teams, there's no chance I'm touching those teams, bro. Like they're they're so bad. I could never consider touching those spreads, but when it comes to the player props, that's where things are going to get absolutely dialed. I'm pretty hyped for that. I think we're going to find some really good value. I think truly going to be a little bit of a money glitch there for a little bit, especially when the books are trying to adjust to those new rosters and stuff. Yeah, I really like it quite a bit. All right, I need to go fix my tweet real quick. I had my tweet send out the link, and for some reason it was not the right one at all. It was like, yeah, it did not have the right link at all. Um, a lot of people liking Laurie Markkinen. Oh yeah, yeah, you did spell that wrong, but the only reason I even know that is just because I literally have a jersey of him. I know it's kind of guilty pleasure, but I do have a Laurie Markkinen jersey sitting in my closet right now. Back when he was on the Bulls, obviously, but I mean, I think Laurie Markkinen he has to see more touches. Like yeah, when he's coming on a team like the Jazz, who have absolutely nobody. I mean, it's only right. Like they have to. I don't know. I don't know. What do I know? And especially with a guy like Laurie Markkinen, he's such a sharpshooter too. Like I mean, he's inconsistent as all get out, but he's still a shooter at the end of the day. And when it comes to those shooters, like if if you have people that can shoot the ball, at the end of the day, like Like they can get hot at any point in time. So you can look at threes props, you can look at player prop or like points props, really anything for those. But I don't know. It's just something to kind of think about, you know. But we still have a little bit. I think, you know, unfortunately my Bulls have a tough matchup in game 1. They're going to be taking on the Miami Heat. Probably going to start out the year 0-1. May take the spread just because I'm a Bulls homer. But, you know, that's just the way it goes. Unfortunately, being a Bulls fan, unfortunately, when you're a Bulls fan, you always have to take the Bulls. You always have to think that they have a chance. And with the way they started last year, I don't think it's crazy to... Like, the way that the Bulls started last year, I don't think it's crazy to think that they may have a similar start to last year. Obviously, they are going to be without Lonzo, but Io's gotten so much better, and I think that there's a really good chance. Let's like this video, ladies and gents. Yes, if you guys are in here, make sure that you guys are subbed. We're still doing a giveaway at 7,000 subscribers of an NBA jersey of choice, so make sure that if you guys are new, make sure you guys do hit that sub button. And while you're in here, might as well drop a like. I mean, why not, you know? But yeah, we got about 8 minutes left until the draft. Do you guys have anybody that truly, like, is one player that's on your watch list that isn't necessarily one of those top guys? Or, like, is there a player in the player pool that you're going to try to get maybe in the second round, third round, something along those lines that normal people wouldn't typically go for? So for me, I mean, Tyrese Halliburton's a very talked about name so far this year, so I don't know if I'd really consider him one. But I am going to try to get Tyrese Halliburton pretty high. I like Devin Vassell a lot this year. I think that Markelle Fultz is probably mine. The one, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but like if you truly think about it, with the Magic, the whole thing with the Magic is that lately they've been starting Cole Anthony. Over the past like 2 seasons, they've been starting Cole Anthony. And while he hasn't necessarily been bad, he hasn't really been in a spot where he's like won them a lot of games. And I think with Markelle Fultz, if you look at some of his numbers, with the fact that like it's Orlando, he's actually seen a lot of assist numbers. So with a guy like Jalen Suggs, guys like Franz Wagner, even like Wendell Carter Jr., obviously former Bull, I think Markelle Fultz is going to be a great playmaker for that team. He is going to be able to get the Magic really involved. He's going to be able to help them score points. And at the end of the day, that's all that the Magic really need to do. Of course, they need defense and stuff, but that's going to come with time. And they have a lot of young players on that roster, so I don't know if it's going to click all right away. But I think that Markelle Fultz is going to be... I think he's going to have a really good year. He's probably my like surprise pick of the year where I'm like... You know, not a lot of people are on this, but I am, you know. But I do like that a lot. Santino says, who do you think I should go with the 8th pick? I don't know exactly who's going to be left in your team. It's been kind of up in the air for me, too, because I literally have the 6th pick. So, but I would just wait and see who falls to you. But you definitely, when it comes to the 8th pick, or for the first round, excuse me, you definitely want to get a guy that has a lot of like do-it-all type of potential. And basically what I mean by that is like a guy that's going to be like a triple-double threat. So guys like Jokic, guys like Embiid, guys like Giannis, Luka, LaMelo, Jason Tatum, guys like that you definitely want with those top picks. Even LeBron. I know LeBron's old and, you know, stuff like that, but he's still a guy that's going to get you like 30, 10, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's still going to get you like 25, 8, and 8. Like, that's definitely solid. He can break free for a triple-double any night. Got to get the bag, says Sadiq Bey for Detroit. I love that, especially if Marvin Bagley's injury is serious. I love that. Bogdanovich for Atlanta. Okay, that's not bad at all. Like obviously, you know, it's your pick at the end of the day. Bogdanovich is weird just because I'm nervous of how that new Atlanta roster is going to really kind of roll out. And Ben Simmons for Brooklyn, that's a good one. I mean, you talk about a triple-double threat, he's the definition of a triple-double threat. So I like that play a lot. Santino says, been seeing KD go early, so I feel like JT might fall or like Ja. Yeah, either one of those would be good. And you were thinking LeBron too. Yeah, you kind of just, with those early rounds, you just kind of have to wait and see like what falls to you. But round one, I always try to get like basically like a do-it-all type of guy. A jack of all trades, guy that can score, rebound, assist, the whole 9 yards. And then after that, I start playing for positions and, stuff like that. But I think that for this one, for sure, for round one, you definitely want to do it all guy. So if you can get LeBron, definitely. I mean, I would definitely take LeBron. If you can get a guy like Tatum, you can get Embiid, KD, Giannis, Luka. You want a superstar in round one, no doubt. All right, let's see. So, Kade Cunningham's another player I really, 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 really like this year, but I don't know how it's going to work. Like, I love Kade Cunningham, though. It's Kade Cunningham. He's a stud. I hate the first round of fantasy basketball. Always second guess myself. Yeah, for sure. The first round is definitely, in my opinion, the most difficult one. I like when it comes. Yeah, the first round really stinks because, like, I don't want to say it makes or breaks your team because that's not what I'm trying to say. But like, if you don't pick like a player that's going to get you a solid amount of points, you're just stacking up somebody else's roster, and that makes it really tough to come back from. So, I'm even like really nervous about it because there's so many guys that you could go with, even down here in like the 20s. Like if you get a guy like Anthony Edwards, we don't know who Anthony Edwards truly is going to be, but dude's a stud. He's an absolute stud. We don't know how the new roster with Rudy Gobert fitting in. We don't know how that's going to be. Anthony Davis, we don't know when it comes to his injury health. Paul George is obviously another good option. So we just don't know. Murray and Young are passers. I was just thinking he will shoot, and someone is going to benefit from them passing. Oh, definitely. I mean, Bogdanovich is going to get a lot more assist opportunities, I think, especially with 2 stars on the team instead of just Trae Young. They're going to have to put their, like, other teams are going to have to put their defensive focus on a guy, on both of them as opposed to just the one. So I think you're right. I mean, I think Bogdanovich is a solid pick, especially if you can get him later in the draft, like maybe rounds like, I don't know, like late in the draft though. But if you can get him, sure, absolutely take it. I think he's a good flyer for sure. Oh, 2 minutes. 2 minutes until the draft. I'm really excited about this, but I'm so excited for this draft, but I'm so nervous. A minute 40. Like, because I have the 6th pick. So truly, I mean, Jokic is going to go probably 1. Giannis is probably going to be, well, maybe Giannis might go 1. But either way, these 3 guys are getting taken first. But then after that, you could make an argument for LaMelo. You can make an argument for Embiid, argument for Tatum, argument for Ja, argument for not Halliburton. If you take Halliburton at 6, I don't think that's a really good spot for him. But like Tatum, Embiid, LaMelo, like even Ja, LeBron, like KD, all of those are good picks. And it just, oh man, it makes me so nervous. I just don't know what route I'm going to go with. But the first pick is always so important to me because then after that, I'm good at picking out role players. I'm good at finding the value for the role players. But it's just that first one. It's just the first one that makes it tough. $36 seconds until the draft, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys are here, make sure that you guys do hit that like button. It will truly mean a lot to me. We're still on that road to 7,000. If we end up hitting that 7,000, we will be doing the NBA jersey giveaway. Any NBA jersey in the entire store. So make sure that you guys are subbed. But I'm super excited, man. 10 seconds. Here we go. Jeez, what do you guys think? If you guys had the 6th spot, what's one player that you would actually go for? Like, all right, here we go. I feel like it'll be Giannis, but I don't know for sure. I feel like it'll be Giannis 1. Yep, Giannis goes 1. No shocker there. That does not shock me at all. Giannis going 1, it makes sense. Jokic 2, another one, absolutely makes sense. Next we have Luka's gonna go next, right? There's no way Luka doesn't go 3. Luka has to go 3. He has to. There's just no chance he doesn't go 3. Nothing yet, but there's no way you don't take Luka at 3. No way. Okay, well, still no pick yet, but even if it's auto-picked, it'll be Luka. So, I mean, Logan is so the person that's drafting now, his name's Logan, but he's got to go Luka at 3. There's just, either way, even if it's auto-picked, it'll go. There we go. There's Luka. So now we have Embiid, Tatum, Ja, LaMelo still up there. And I want to take LaMelo, but I don't know how serious that injury is. That's what makes me a little bit nervous. But LaMelo's the only guy on that Hornets roster. So I do like LaMelo quite a bit this year. I think that he's in a really good spot to be able to, kind of do everything. But I just don't know. And unfortunately, if I was pick 5, I would just pick whoever is there between Embiid and Tatum. I mean, that'd be easy for me. But now that I'm going to be 6th, then those 2 are probably going to be the next 2 off the board. It definitely makes me not necessarily in the greatest position. I love Tyrese Halliburton this year. Oh, man. If I could get my hands on him at number 2. But there goes Embiid. No shocker. Tatum's probably going to go next. And now I don't know what to do. I could go Ja. Oh, I'm on the clock? Wait. Oh, yeah, Tatum went. Okay. Oh, boy. Could always go Ja. I mean, Ja's always going to be a good option. Could go LaMelo. LaMelo is definitely in a solid spot for sure. I love Halliburton. Like, Halliburton is going to be in another great spot this year. I think I'm going to go Ja. Because I could go Bron. I could literally go Bron. Oh, jeez. I don't want to go that low yet. So I want to stick to one of these top guys. Do I go Bron or Ja? Do I go Bron or Ja? I'm going to go Ja. I like Ja quite a bit. I think that he's always going to be a good option. He's kind of one of those guys that does it all. I wish I was 1 pick sooner. I would have hammered Tatum, but, it is what it is. We got to take what we can get here. So, first player we have is Ja Moran. I'm fine with that. I love Ja. Great player. Just wish I was a little bit higher. I feel like it would have made it a lot easier of a choice. So now I'm looking at like my next pick that I would have. Obviously, if I can somehow get another top player, I'm going to do it, no doubt. But more than likely, I won't be able to, right? So I got to start looking at some of these like more like budget type of guys. I mean, if Kevin Durant somehow falls, then obviously I'll take him. But Devin Booker, Kade Cunningham, I like Kade a lot this year. Do it all kind of big, or point guard, excuse me. He's like 6'8", can literally do everything. He just keeps getting better and better and better and better. And I think that that's not going to stop here. Last year he averaged 23. Wait, are these projections? I can't. Oh yeah, projections. Okay. So he's projected to average literally, I know it's just an average or projection, but 23 points, 7 assists and 6 rebounds. If I could for sure get that out of him, I would take him in a heartbeat. Like, that's a really good one. All right. So LaMelo ended up going 7, rightfully so. I was really trying to decide between Ja and LaMelo. It just made me a little bit more nervous on LaMelo. I don't know, because I think the Hornets may start tanking, and that's what scares me. If they start just saying, okay, this year's over, this year's chalked, it just makes me really nervous about something like that. But Steph Curry's still down here. Jeez. Tyrese is still there? Okay, well, I guess it is only pick 9. It's only pick 9. No reason to stress out about that yet. But, man, I love Tyrese this year. I love Tyrese this year. No doubt. LeBron goes at pick number 9. That's crazy that he dropped that far. LeBron goes 9. All right, pick number 10. Personally, I'd go Halliburton here. Kind of a lone man on an island there. But I'm hearing I'm hearing 9 picks, I think. So if I'm looking through these players, I might be able to get a Sabonis. That could actually be huge. Be able to fill out that center position with a really good center. Because my philosophy is I want to either get a really good center or kind of forget about it and don't really worry about one, you know? Oh boy. Still nothing here for pick number 10. So I'm wondering, he might not be in the draft right now. He might be just auto picking. If that's the case, I mean, that might be that might work out. All right, so Tyrese ends up going at pick 10. I like that. I like that a lot. And as he should. Trae Young ends up going 11. James Harden goes 12. Isn't that crazy, James Harden falling that low? I get it, but it's just crazy to think about. So Dame at this point, I definitely would not take Dame, only because I already have a point guard. But okay, so Kevin Durant goes. That was a lot of picks all at once. Pascal Siakam goes. Kevin Durant goes. Damian Lillard goes. So we're on the clock in 3 picks. So we could literally get Sabonis. I may get Sabonis. Once he ended up going to Sacramento, man, his numbers looked really, really solid there. Lions be trying says that's how I am with QBs in the NFL drafts. And for real, you either want a really good Lamar or a Jalen Hurts, a really good mobile quarterback that can do it on both ends, or do it with his legs and with his arm, or you just kind of want to get one of those utility guys. So I definitely get where you're coming from for sure. It's a good strategy. I like it a lot. So let's see. Who goes next? If I can get my hands on Kade at my 2 guard though, I might take that. And I love Vooch. I'm a huge diehard Bulls fan. DeMar went that high. Shout out DeMar. So DeMar went, Devin Booker went, and Kade Cunningham went. Of course, man. I wanted Kade so bad. So at this point, I mean, I know Steph is down here, and he could be my backup guard. Oh, man. Anthony Edwards is still here. Zion is still here. Scotty Barnes, low-key, really good. Shea's here. Shea's probably going to be my next pick. But for now, I might as well get that center position. And I can always draft a backup if I need to. But I like Sabonis this year. I like Sabonis quite a bit. I was pretty high on Sabonis this year, like from the start. So Anthony Edwards ends up going next. I mean, that's a solid pick. There's no doubt. Kawhi ends up going after that. So if Kawhi stays healthy, then for sure. Rudy Gobert. I don't like Rudy Gobert when it comes to like fantasy stuff. He's not huge on my list. So he can have him. I'm not too upset about that one. Steph Curry at pick 23 is wild, and he's still not off the board yet. That's insane. I'm sorry, but that's actually insane. Like, how has nobody picked, like, Steph Curry? Like, we're talking about Steph Curry here, dude. It's not, I don't know. But we're talking about a 25-point per game scorer. But, yeah. Not for me to judge. It's not my pick at the end of the day. So, I mean, I guess I did have a pick. I shouldn't say that, but like, I got Ja Morant and Sabonis, so two very like good fantasy type of players. Now, if I can just fill out the rest of this roster with some solid pieces, like I think I'm in a good spot, truly. Okay, DeJounte Murray goes. Stephen Curry finally goes. Thank God. Vucevic ends up going. It makes sense. I don't think this is a spot where I'd want to take Brunson either. I don't mind Brunson on the Knicks. I think that he's a solid player for sure. But I just don't think this is a spot that I'd want to take him. I really don't. If I could land Zion, that might be... Do I take Zion though? Do I take Zion here at pick 30? It's technically a little bit of a reach, but like, if I can take Zion, I might. I might take Zion at pick 30, if he's still there, of course. It's crazy. Oh, there goes Zion. Okay. So we still have Scotty Barnes. Definitely a good pick. I'm not as high on Darius Garland now that they have... I'm drawing a blank. Donovan Mitchell. So I'm not super high on him just because Darius Garland, but he may get more assists. He may get a little bit less of a... I'm not a buy on Klay Thompson went next. So I could still get Anthony Davis. I could still get Scotty Barnes, Kyrie, Fred VanVleet, Mobley. Mobley's always going to be a solid option because he's kind of a do-it-all type of player. But I think I like Shea. Said he's on track to play in the regular season opener. I love Shea here. Kawhi's already been taken. I love Shea here. Yeah, Claxton. Claxton might be one that I might have to pick up, especially for like a center that can kind of do it all. But I think I like Shea. I like Scotty Barnes too, but Shea's going to be on his own because, especially with Chet Holmgren out, I really like Shea this year. I think it's time. Because Anthony Davis injury prone. Scotty Barnes has a lot of weapons on that team. Makes me a little bit nervous. Evan Mobley, kind of same thing. We're going Shea. We're not overthinking it. We're taking Shea. We are taking Shea. We're taking Shea. I like Shea. I think it's a pretty good spot to take Shea. If you can take him with the third pick, he's always been high on my boards. Truly, if you look at his projections, 25, 5, and 5. I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week. So I like it. I think it was a good spot for him, for sure. Jalen Brown still down here? Jalen Brown? Whoa. Dang, 20. He had great stats last year too, of course. I mean, he averaged look at these fantasy point numbers, dude. Wow. I should have taken a shot on Jalen Brown, bro. I'm really upset on myself that I didn't. I'm really upset on myself. Could get my boy Zach Levine. Bulls homer pick. But could. Dang, man. That's crazy. I love Josh Giddey too, but do I take 2 Thunder players? I like De'Aaron Fox too, but once again, I'm not going to take 2 Kings players in case they don't play or something. AD probably going to be MVP mode this year or bust. I mean, I'm scared for Anthony Davis, and that's the only reason is just because of his injuries. Other than that, he's been great. I mean, when he actually plays, he's awesome. So Scotty Barnes and Kyrie Irving are now off the board. Got to start thinking about this next pick. I feel like if I can get Jalen Brown with this next pick, it might be over for the league. Even Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram's a great pick too. And the fact that he's falling this low, I don't get it. I can't wrap my head around it. Why are they this low? Why is even Bradley Beal this low? I know Bradley Beal's mostly just a scorer, but he does it at such a great clip. Why wouldn't you? Why would you not take a shot on him? Bradley Beal's obviously not in an ideal situation, but Mitchell's there, bruh. I know, Mitchell, I'm just worried about Donovan Mitchell only because of the fact that he's on a much more loaded roster now. He definitely he made that team better. No doubt about it whatsoever. But it does make me a little bit nervous for sure. I just don't know how that team's going to exactly play. AD is questionable literally every game. I swear he really is. And then some nights he's just like, I'm good. I'm not going to play. Like, come on. Dude, if I can get Jalen Brown, oh my God, I might be able to get Jalen Brown. There's no way, right? There's no way. Donovan Mitchell, he definitely makes that team so much better. But especially when you're talking about strictly fantasy, you don't really want players on really good teams. Just because, I mean, there's so many picks to go around. It just Brandon Ingram goes. Jalen Brown's probably gonna go next. That stinks. That absolutely stinks. That stinks, man. Maybe. If I can get Jalen Brown, though, it's a no-doubter. It's an absolute no-doubter if I can get Jalen Brown. Brown. Oh, I wanted Jalen Brown so bad. Oh, I wanted Jalen Brown so bad. Dang. I love Josh Giddey. Colin Sexton's in a much better position now, especially with everything going on. Jamal Murray's finally healthy again. Zach Levine is out here. Do I just take a shot on my boy Zach Levine? I don't know. Yikes. I was so locked. I was ready. I was so incredibly ready to hammer Jalen Brown. don't like the picks that I'm left with. Not even a little bit. I really hate the picks that I've been left with. I hate these picks. Do I take a shot on Jimmy? What about Simmons? Let's go Jimmy. I need to fill out my starting lineup, I guess. I might shoot the guy that took Jalen Brown a message, see if he'll do a trade, because he's a Heat fan. I'll throw in something. I'll throw in something extra. Jimmy buckets, yeah. I ended up taking him. I hope it works out. I really do. He's obviously a great player, so I don't see why it wouldn't work out. It's just going to be a matter of how many games he's going to play throughout the year. But if he plays 70 games, I think it'll be worth it. Or not 70, 65 games. I think it'll be worth it. I love Colin Sexton, but he just went. Dang. I was going to hope to get him. Zach Levine goes next. So we got Desmond Bane up here. We got CJ. Fred VanVleet's still up here too, which is kind of wild. CJ McCollum. Terry Rozier. Jonas Valanciunas. I know my budget guys that I'm going to get, no doubt. I know my budget guys for sure. But I just don't know the rest, man. I'm trying to figure all that out on the fly. It's just kind of tough. I think I might wait on the center position. Maybe DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton might be a good pick. So if I can get DeAndre, then sure. Because he's going to be an 18 and 11 type of guy. But other than that, I don't think I'm going to really try super hard for a center, you know? Jalen Green, that's another solid option, of course. Tyrese Maxey, Tyler Hero, Spencer Dinwiddie, Bobby Portis, Keldon Johnson, Franz Wagner, Michael Porter Jr., Jalen Suggs. I want to get Devin Vassell. That's a lock. I want him so bad. I want Devin Vassell on my roster. It's just going to be a matter of where I'm going to actually take him. If I can get Ayton on this next one, I'm gonna take him. I don't know if it's gonna pan out, but coming off the big contract, he's still a 18 and 11 type of guy. And I don't know. I feel like the Pelicans roster is just so stacked that it makes me not want to take those guys, which is just crazy to say, but. Makes me nervous, man. Joe Val's a good rebounder and can score, but I don't know. Yeah, I agree. With Zion healthy, I feel like he's going to take a lot of those shots away. I feel like, and rebounds. Zion's a great rebounder too. So, very athletic, super, super athletic. So, I don't know. I don't love that. Joe Val isn't one of those that I'm like, man, I really want him on my roster, you know. Wiggins goes this high? Okay. Hey, Power to him, but I don't love that pick. I just don't. Paulo Banchero goes ahead and picks. Yeah, I'm going to take DeAndre Ayton. I feel like filling out my starting five is going to be huge for this roster. Now we can start taking some flyers. Now that we have these guys that are locks, we have our starting five. We have Ja Morant, Shea, Jimmy Butler, Sabonis, and Ayton. I think that's pretty dang good. I feel like that starting five is solid. Now it's going to be these utility guys that are really going to have to come in clutch. But I think I'm going to take some flyers. I'm going to take some flyers on some young guys that can get triple doubles, that are going to be kind of do-it-all type of players. And maybe even for like the big position, for like forward, center, stuff like that. I may get like some utility type of centers that can just kind of get boards, get blocks, stuff like that. So, but I don't know. I think it's a good. I feel like I've done a pretty decent little draft here, truly. But I know Devin Vassell is going to be an absolute lock for me. There goes Josh Giddey. Sheesh. I love Josh Giddey. Dude's a stud. Desmond Bane's still up there. Definitely a solid pick if you can get him a little bit later. Joe Val goes, Jakob Poeltl goes, Desmond Bane goes. So we still have Terry Rozier up there, who's like a pretty good guard. But with LaMelo and everything, he's going to pretty much be the exact same player he's been. It's just kind of But love Jalen Green this year. If I can somehow get my hands on Jalen Green, that's going to be a wrap. Tyrese Maxey's down there. There's Devin Vassell. All right, I might actually take Devin Vassell. I love Devin Vassell this year. Like, love Devin Vassell. So if I can get him in this next draft, yeah. Alright, this is slow. Let's take a look at some of these other rosters. Steph, Fred VanVleet, Paul George, Jokic, and Şengün. That's a pretty dang good team. I can't lie. Luka, Zach Levine, Zion, Rudy Gobert, and CJ. Donovan Mitchell, Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, Paolo Banchero, and Bam Adebayo, LaMelo, Kade Cunningham, Jalen Brown, Scotty Barnes, Josh Giddey. You talk about a team that does it all. That's this roster right here. LaMelo, Kade Cunningham, Jalen Brown, Scotty Barnes, and Josh Giddey. That's all just like triple-double machines. Then we got Kyrie, Devin Booker, Brandon Ingram, Towns, and Joe Val. I don't like that team that much. Garland, DeRozan, LeBron, Julius Randle, and Poeltl. Yeah, I don't like that team at all. No. Halliburton, Brunson, AD, Dame. Dang, you talk about an injury-concerned roster. Holy. Trae Young, Drew Holiday, Kevin Durant, Mobley, Allen, and Tyler Hero. I don't know fantasy-wise how great that's going to be, but it might be solid for sure. De'Aaron, James Harden, Kuzma, Siakam, Beal, Murray. That's a pretty solid roster too. But, I mean, I like my team just as much. I really do. So, I'm fine with my roster so far. I love my roster so far. If we can get Devin Vassell on... Okay, Chris Paul goes. If we can go one more pick and get Devin Vassell. This is the guy that took Jalen Brown from me, by the way, to create the perfect starting five. But, it's fine. It's fine. Right here. Come on, don't pick Devin Vassell. Please, Kimmin. Please. Do not pick Devin Vassell. Who did he pick? Nurkic? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can have him. I'm taking Devin Vassell. No doubt in my mind. I love that pick. Love that pick in round 6. Number 1 option. Well, maybe number 2 behind Keldon, but I'd still consider him number 1. Number 1 option in San Antonio that doesn't really have a whole lot of scoring. Sign me up. Absolutely sign me up. Tyrese Maxey goes. Jalen Green goes. I was trying to debate between Jalen Green and Devin Vassell, but, I mean, I don't know what's going on over in either of those. So, I mean, I feel like I'm going to get similar production for either. So, Ben Simmons is still up there, and he's looked great so far in preseason. I mean, he's not going to last all the way through. Yeah, there he goes, but I don't know. I need to start looking at some other ones. Michael Porter Jr. would be solid. Suggs. I think I really like Suggs this year. Simons, I don't think is going to be as good now that Dame's going to be back. RJ Barrett's down here. Dang, they have RJ Barrett so low. Yo, we might have to get a little value down there. If we can, of course. Might have to get a little bit of value. Franz Wagner was good last year. Jordan Poole was obviously good last year. But RJ Barrett? Pick up Claxton? Yeah, I'm going to pick up Claxton. I'm going to wait, though. I mean, the way that this draft is going, they're not really scrolling down. Like, they're not, looking at any of the other players. They're literally just picking off the top. So, I'm going to wait a little bit. Because I don't need to get him yet. Christian Wood. Do I take a flyer on Christian Wood? Do I think RJ Barrett makes it another round, though? Probably not, right? But Christian Wood's a solid pick. I like Christian Wood. Devin Vassell can technically play the guard or the forward position, too, so we could run Christian Wood at the forward spot and then look to utilize a utility. Could get RJ Barrett, though. What was RJ Barrett averaging last year? But now he's got Brunson on the team. Brunson might take a lot of that away. Okay, if we can get Christian Wood on this next one, we're going to do it. Which I think we will, with Franz Wagner still there, with Jordan Poole still there. No, Christian Wood just went. Oh, I lied. Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much. Wow. That stinks. That absolutely stinks. Franz was good last year, but just how good is he going to be? I don't know. Jordan Poole. I mean, going to give you probably similar numbers. You're going to look at probably 30 fantasy points a night. Westbrook, you're going to look at I don't even know. I wish it would just show fantasy points per game. God, I hate this. I hate this. Suggs is a good option. Poole's a good option. This spot right here is awful. Absolutely awful. I hate this spot. Do I go Poole or do I go Wagner? I think we're going to take Jordan Poole. I don't love that pick. Not at all. I do not love that pick. I should have went with Mikal Bridges. Yeah, I guess I could have. Oh, man. I wanted Christian Wood so bad. Christian Wood would have been my pick. For sure. I wouldn't have even thought twice about it. I already had it hovered, and of course he gets taken. Westbrook goes. I was considering Westbrook, but I just would hate myself if I rostered Russell Westbrook. I may take another flyer on RJ Barrett if I get the chance. I know I said that last time, but if I can get him in literally the 8th round, why not? Why not? I like him a little bit better than pretty much all these other options. So, Draymond's still down here. I would feel disgusting rostering Draymond. I love Wendell Carter Jr., former Bull, shout out, but ooh, Jalen Smith's still down here too. I like Jalen Smith this year. I need to take a look at Markelle Fultz too, see where he's at. Obviously he hasn't been picked yet, but Tari Eason, another player that's looked really good. So I'm going to add all these players to my queue, so that way I can know when they get taken off. I like Wendell a lot this year. Rob Williams, he can be one. Jalen Smith, I like him a lot. Not a huge fan on Dylan Brooks this year. I just think that team's a little bit too stacked. So not a huge fan on him there. Nick Claxton, shout out Nod. Let's see. Who else did I have down here? Let's see. I had Tari Eason, wherever he's at. Yeah, Tari Eason, I like him a lot this year. I mean, Suggs is a good pick, I guess. But it's kind of a little bit of a crapshoot over there in Orlando, but kind of a little bit of a crapshoot, but still solid for sure. I mean, Jaden Ivey should be good. I like Jaden Ivey a lot. Hayward going to carry with LaMelo and Bridges out. I actually agree. Weirdly enough, I think that's actually a pretty good pick. I think that... Oh, no, Harrison Barnes. Gordon Hayward. I think Gordon Hayward's actually a pretty solid pick there. There's a couple others that I liked. I actually like Markelle Fultz a lot. I'll probably get him like closer to the end of the draft as a flyer, but I do like Markelle Fultz a lot this year. I think he's going to have a little bit of a resurgence, even though he's not on this board at all. But he's literally not on this board at all, but, you know. RJ Barrett just went. Darn it. Do I take a shot on OG? The thing is like, with OG, Scotty Barnes is getting so good already. It just makes me not love it, honestly. Gary Trent Jr. is a bucket. PJ Washington should have a good year with the whole Miles Bridges thing. Kelly Oubre is always the most inconsistent bucket of all time, but, you know, when he goes off, he goes off. Kevin Huerter, new team. Herb Jones. He's been good. Let me go ahead and search Fultz real quick. and put him in the queue as well. I don't know how long he's going to be out. Let's see real quick. Let's see how long it looks like he's going to be out. So he will not play. He suffered a fractured toe in late September that will likely cause him to miss the rest of the preseason, potentially the beginning of the regular season with Jalen Suggs also. Okay, so it looks like he's going to be injured because of his toe. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay, I don't love Miles Turner just because we don't know if he's really going to get traded. I know that that's one thing that they were kind of speculating there for a while, but I just don't know his status, you know? Bobby Portis goes. That's crazy. I have a lot of bigs here. But I do like Tari Eason quite a bit. The dude looked like an absolute stud in the summer league, or preseason, excuse me. Preseason, dude went ballistic. I know that preseason doesn't like count when it comes to like points and stuff, but overall. Miles Turner finally goes. Makes me not hate that nearly as much. Malcolm Brogdon is interesting in over there in Boston, but I don't love him as like a role player. I'd rather get like a starter. Maybe take a shot on a guy like Anthony Simons, but Gary Trent, I mean, Gary Trent's always a bucket. Like, he's a great three-point shooter. Could take a guy like Wendell. I mean, Wendell had great stats last year. The only thing is with their new rookie, it's going to make it tough. I mean, yeah, he's projected to get fewer points per game, fewer rebounds per game. But I like Jalen Smith too, with the potential of him to like blossom this year. But maybe I don't think I can wait another round for him though. Maybe I do take a shot on a guy like Simons, or a system guy like Gary Trent. Which one do I take? Brogdon goes next. Do I take Simons? Do I take Simons? Do I take a shot on a guy like Trent Jr.? I mean, let's do it. Portland's still not a good team. Let's take Simons. And then we'll get a big next, whether it's Wendell Carter Jr., Jalen Smith, Nicholas Claxton, Tari Eason. But, so we'll take a big, then we'll take Tari Eason. We'll go from there. I mean, I like my team so far. I really do. I really do like my team. Quite a bit this year. So far, at least. Obviously, still have more of the draft to go, of course, but I think this is solid. I mean, overall, this is a solid roster so far. Bridges is still up there. It was kind of wild, but close to being done here. We got like 6 rounds. There's so many different options that I could go with this one, though. That's what makes it so tough. Because Jalen Smith, I think, has the potential to be a really solid player this year. But I don't like him nearly as much if Miles Turner stays. Like, if Miles Turner stays in Indiana, then, I mean, it's not something that really seems like a great idea to me, but don't love that. Clint Capella goes. I mean, that's a good system center for sure. You know, dunks, rebounds, blocks, the whole 9 yards. Definitely solid. Got PJ Washington still there, who should have a good year with no Bridges, but I think I like Jalen Smith here. If I can land on Jalen Smith, I think that's who I'm going to go with. I think, yeah. I think that sounds about right. I could go Wendell. I feel like they're going to have very similar numbers, but I feel like Jalen, out of the two, has more room to blossom. Because even though Orlando is in such a, terrible, situation, because they haven't really been able to win games, they're still a very good team. Not good as in, winning games, but good as in, they have talent on that roster. So, I don't really love it when it comes to Wendell. So, yeah, somebody ended up taking him anyway. So, that's fine with me. I think I'm going to go Jalen Smith on this next one. I think he has the most room to be able to blossom for sure. I wish you could see average fantasy points per game last year without actually having to go look it up. I wish I could just see it, But whenever you load this up, it just tells you their total. So I guess we could look this up real quick, see if it shows anything, but fantasy points. Shoot. I'm not seeing anything. Oh, I'm on the board. Okay. Brandon Clark went next. So PJ Washington, I feel like wouldn't be a bad option. But I think I like... Oh, wait. Did Jalen Smith go? Jalen Smith went. Are you serious? I was not expecting that. Oh, dear. I was not expecting that whatsoever. Good pick. Dang, I do not like any of these other spots that I'm at. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yup, I do not like any of these other players that I'm at, dude. Yikes, I was really high on that. I guess I could go Rob Williams. He's going to be out for a little bit, but it might end up being worth it. He's going to be good once he's back. Oh, shoot. We're going to go ahead and take Robert Williams. That's fine. We'll go ahead and take Robert Williams. What's his injury, though? I mean, what's his actual injury? Robert Williams' injury is 8 to 12 weeks. If I would have known that, there's no shot I would have taken him. Oh, wow, I just sold. I just sold so bad. I just sold so bad. Oh, I just wasted that pick. Wow, I just wasted that pick. Oh my goodness. I just wasted that pick. Oh, shoot. I definitely should have gone Claxton. You're 100% right. 100% right. I could have went anybody. I was going to go Hayward. I could have went anybody, really. I could have went anybody. It would have been better. At this point, I mean, 8 weeks, that's that. Mm-hmm. Yep. Unless, when was that? When was the official injury? What does it say? September 23rd. So it would have been like, oh, actually, that's already like 3 weeks ago. So maybe it won't be as bad, but I still messed up, dude. That's so unfortunate. But I have a chance at Hayward. I mean, I still have a chance at Hayward. I still have a chance at Claxton, even though, like, he's probably going to get scooped. But I'm just worried about I'm worried about Zubac, his role on the team, though. Just because, like, the Clippers, they are a really good team. But it just worries me because Zubac is like a player that, like, he doesn't like score the ball a lot, and so if Kawhi's back, if all those other players are back, it makes me really nervous to get a guy like Zubac. But I don't know. Dang. I really sold. I really sold. I'm so upset by that. I'm so upset by that. But it's fine. That's fine. Who's next? I mean, Monte Morris actually has a good chance to be good this year, just because he's on Washington. I mean, that's literally as much as needs to be said. Like, could get Hayward, of course. Could get Claxton. I want to get Tari Eason. Next pick, I'm getting Tari Eason. I don't care what's next. I don't care what's there. I'm getting Tari Eason next. Dude looked like an absolute hooper in the summer or in the preseason, and I don't really think that's going to change. I love Onyeka Okongwu. That one's interesting as well. Didn't really think about him like at all. But that might actually be a pretty good pick. I should have went even Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond on my Bulls roster, dude. Like, even though he would have only averaged literally like not even double digits, but he would have been better than an injured Robert Williams. All right, I'm on the clock in 2 picks. Gordon Hayward, I think, is actually going to be my next pick, which is just wild. I never thought that I would be taking Gordon Hayward this high, but I guess I could get Nicholas Claxton, but I just worry about the whole Ben Simmons thing since he can't shoot, but dang, man. Drummond's a monster on the boards, yeah, for sure. I'm glad that he's my backup center in Chicago, but Jordan Clarkson goes next. That's actually decent. That's a good pick. Andre Drummond goes next. So we could get Zubats. We could get Hayward. The only thing I don't like about Hayward is I feel like I'm going to get him, and then, I'm barely going to... I'm going to get him, and he's going to be good for the first, 2 weeks of the season. And then after that, he's really just not going to be that useful. But I also don't want to miss out on an opportunity. I could look at a guy like Herb Jones, but he's on such a good roster that it really just kind of throws me off. It's not really a spot that I want to go to. Man, this is tough. Bones Highland is also on a really good roster. He's going to be the sixth man on a good roster. Makes me hate it even more. I feel like at this point, I feel like you got to go with potential. And I think that Gordon Hayward does actually have a good chance at being good this year with the no Bridges thing. So I feel like he's going to have an increased role for sure. I did like Herb Jones, but... Alright, so this next one, I'm definitely taking Tari Eason. Dude looks like a monster. And with the way that he played in the... preseason, I think that he has a really good shot. Let's take a look. If we can see Tari Eason stats so far this year, can I look up his preseason games, or is that not a thing? Game log, none. Okay. I know he had a good season, or a good preseason, though. So it makes me feel like it's definitely something that I can work with. But I also don't want to pass up on a guy like Zubats here. That's really good value for a guy like him. You're getting a 10-9 guy in round 11. I don't think I can pass that up. I don't think I can pass that up, but Tari Eason has so much potential. Benedict Mathurin. I love Benedict Mathurin. Yes, absolutely. I'll see what he's ranked. Because he's injured, I think. But, yeah. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get Zubats next. Tari Eason after that. And then Mathurin for my last pick. That's what I'm going to do. That's going to be my game plan. As long as everything, goes through. But, Logan, this guy that's picking next, he loves the dirty work players. So he may get Zubats. Like, let's look at his team. Look at this. For Team Wade, Luka, Zach Levine, Sadiq Bey, Zion, Rudy Gobert, CJ McCollum, OG, D'Angelo Russell, Wendell Carter, Aaron Gordon. Like, just some absolute, like players that are like, I don't know how to really explain it, but I do like Benedict Mathurin for sure. That's a good one for sure. Okay, he picked Steven Adams, Kendrick Nunn. No way somebody picked Kendrick Nunn that high. That's insane. Yeah, I'll take a guy like Zubats. I mean, hey, that's really good value for a starting center in the NBA that is going to get you like close to a double-double every night. Why not take a shot on that? Honestly. Then after that, I don't really know. Jabari Smith Jr. just went to. My team's looking good. I appreciate it. I mean, I have some solid pieces here. Ja, SGA, Jimmy Butler, Sabonis, who's like a triple threat type of guy. I mean, like he literally gets assists too as a big man. Really like him. DeAndre Ayton, kind of up in the air. Jordan Poole, definitely a bucket for sure. Devin Vassell, I think a guy's really going to be able to take that next level this year. Simons, I think he's a solid player, but we just never really know exactly what we're going to get with him. Robert Williams is probably my one dud of a pick. I don't love that one. But I like Hayward, especially with Bridges going to be out. I like Zubats. The Zubats one's just great value. That's all that one really is, but I like that one quite a bit. So now if I can really get Tari Eason, Benedict Mathurin, and then clean up with somebody else, I mean, why not? I don't know about Rob Will. Yeah, me either. I just said that. Like I don't love that pick. I do not love that pick at all. But I will say I didn't really know how serious his injury was, so that's on my fault for not doing my own research. But I didn't have a whole lot of time left. I had to pick something quick. Knew he was a good center. Well, who knows? Maybe he might save me in the end, though. Like in the last couple weeks of the draft or of the basketball season, whenever he's fully healthy and everything, after a couple months, right at the start of the new year, who knows? I mean, he might be that piece that kind of puts me over the edge, depending on how the surgery and stuff went, which is scary to say, but I mean, still a good. I still feel like it's a good pick. Now we got to find some value here with those backups. Kind of gross, but if I can get Tari Eason, Benedict Mathurin, and actually Nicholas Claxton is still hanging around here. That's crazy. Bones Highland, Onyeka Okongwu. I like Onyeka Okongwu quite a bit. Especially if, like, Clint Capella, like, if it doesn't work out with Clint Capella, he might be getting a lot of minutes. Because last year, towards the end of the year, he started to get a lot more minutes, and he showed production, and he started to be able to shoot the three ball pretty well. So I could definitely see Onyeka Okongwu getting some minutes. Excuse me. Only have 3 rounds left, ladies and gents. 3 rounds left. I don't want to fall behind, though. Like, if I take a shot on Onyeka Okongwu here, I don't want to miss out on my chance at Tari Eason. Because I like Tari Eason a lot. And I don't want to miss out on that. So I'm hoping Onyeka Okongwu gets gets picked right here. Just so that way I don't have to worry about that. And I can just take Tari Eason right now. That would actually be perfect if if Onyeka Okongwu gets picked right here. We have 3 picks until it's our turn. So hopefully Chris Duarte goes next. I'm fine with that. No, I don't really care about that one too much. Will Barton? Yeah, you can have Will Barton. I'm not mad about that at all. Now do I take Onyeka Okongwu or do I just take Tari Eason? I like Tari Eason a lot. Like, a lot. He looks great. Looks absolutely great. Onyeka Okongwu is going to be another guy that you can kind of plug and play, though. Has the potential to be really solid this year. It's kind of gross, though. Take Onyeka Okongwu? Or do we just say nope and take Tari Eason? Pokashevsky could probably have a pretty good year with no Chet, but I just don't really trust him. I just don't trust him at all, really. I mean, he's projected 10-7, but I don't love that. Let's just take Tari Eason. I don't want to miss out on him. I like Tari Eason a lot. And I don't want to miss out. I think Tari Eason's good. Dorian Finney-Smith's a baller. Yeah. He's for sure solid. I just don't... I don't know if... Like, with the addition of Christian Wood, it just doesn't make me, like, love it, you know? So... The Chargers and the Broncos are now tied with 4 minutes left in the game. That's crazy. So we got Nneka Okongwu still here. Got Benedict Mathurin. Got Kobe White, Bull. Shout out Chicago. But I don't know. I don't love this spot. I don't think this is a good spot. Because I could literally just get Nneka Okongwu and call it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get a Nneka Okongwu as another backup just in case if Zubac, Ayton are both out. Like, another plug-and-play guy. I think that he has a potential to be a starter by the end of the year if the whole Clint Capella thing, because the Clint Capella thing really hasn't worked out very well. And DeJounte Murray on the Hawks, not necessarily the greatest shooter, so they may want to add a little bit more spacing. Put a guy like Nneka Okongwu out there. So, I feel like it might be a good time to take Nneka Okongwu if he's still there, but I don't think he will be. Maybe he will be. Ayo Dosunmu just got picked, so I love Ayo. Shout out Ayo. But the team's coming along. The team is definitely coming along. I actually like my team quite a bit. The only trade I may try to do is to try to get Jalen Brown instead of Jimmy Butler, so I may try to do like a trade for that. But other than that, the team's pretty much going to stay the same. Bones Highland goes next. So, yeah, if Nneka Okongwu was there, I'll take him. And then I have a pick in just a couple picks. I can get Benedict Mathurin, call it a day. Terrence Mann goes next. That's actually a good pick. I didn't even know Terrence Mann was that low. Dang. That's a good pick, though. If Kawhi has his usual injury concerns, that's definitely a good pick. One pick away. Just needed one more person to pass up on Nneka Okongwu. One more person to pass up on Nneka Okongwu. Okay, well, it looks like this is going to be auto-picked. So it's going to be T.J. McConnell. So go ahead and have T.J. McConnell. Or he picked Benedict Mathurin? No way he picks Benedict Mathurin all the way down there. Oh, that's crazy. What? He actually picked him. That's insane. Wow. That's actually so wild. Dang. Well, that freaking stinks, dude. Oh, I can't believe that he had Benedict Mathurin queued up and left. That's so crazy. Oh, shoot. Do I try to make a trade for him? I mean, like, I don't know anybody else that I really want. Cam Johnson's a solid option. Cam Johnson's going to be a guy. I mean, he's the new starter for the Suns, so maybe he might be getting some run. Could go my boy Kobe White, get a Bull on here, because I don't have a single Bulls player on my roster, so. But I don't like Kobe White. They watching? They might be, honestly. I know that a couple of them are subbed to me, but that's crazy, dude. Oh, I'll just get Markelle Fultz. I'll get Markelle Fultz. I'm high on Markelle Fultz. So if it's literally just a hurt toe, which is what it sounds like it is, if it's literally just a hurt toe, which it's suffered a fractured toe in late September, I like him. Will likely cause him to miss the rest of the preseason and potentially the beginning of the regular season. So I'm just going to take a shot on Markelle Fultz. It's the end of the draft. Nobody's going to pick him. I think that that's fine. And so if we go from top to bottom, look at our roster, we have Ja Morant. Ja Morant's kind of our superstar. He's kind of our do-it-all type of guy. Obviously, number 1 overall pick. We had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, another player that's going to be on a team that, especially without Chet Holmgren, he's going to be that main guy. Josh Giddey's great, but Josh Giddey's much more of a facilitator. He's much more of a passer. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is really that guy. Jimmy Butler, kind of a do-it-all type of guy. When it comes to Jimmy, he's going to give you an average amount of points. He's going to give you an average amount of like assists, rebounds, the whole 9 yards. It's definitely like he never really has those like crazy, going off type of games. But he's going to be a guy that's going to give you points every single night, and he's going to be like a 25 and no, probably a little bit higher than that. But like, let's look at his numbers from last year. So he had 21, 6, and 6. That's not bad. That's average. It's pretty good. So that's definitely enough points for me for sure. So bonus, do it all type of big. 19 points, 12 rebounds last year, 5.6 assists, and those numbers even got better once he ended up getting to Sacramento. So I really think that's a pretty good spot. DeAndre Ayton, another guy, 17 and 11, averages a block a game. I think that that's perfectly fine with me. Jordan Poole, definitely shaky, but he is a bucket at the end of the day. He's going to be a player that's going to score you points. He's definitely a player that is going to get up a ton of shots. So, you always got to watch out for him. Devin Vassell, the one guy I am so ridiculously high on this year. Good defense, over a steal per game, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 2.5 assists. I think that's a really good spot for Devin Vassell. We got him pretty late too. And Simons. We don't know exactly how well Simons is going to be playing this year just because Dame Lillard is going to be back. But if Dame Lillard's out at all, Simons is going to be that guy. So I think Simons is going to be just fine. Robert Williams kind of choked on this one, but once he ends up coming back, I think it's a really good spot. He is going to be the starting center of a very good roster who's going to give you a double-double almost every night. So Gordon Hayward, I think, is going to have a good year with no Miles Bridges and no LaMelo Ball to start the year. So I think Gordon Hayward's going to really come out hot at the beginning of the year. So I think that's a good spot. We have Zubats, plug-and-play type of center. Going to give you 10 and 9 almost every night. Can't argue with that. Not asking for too much from him. Tari Eason. This is my breakout player. I think that this is the one guy that I'm taking a huge shot on. But he was great in the preseason. Great. He was like 17 and 12. Oh, well, look. 17 and 12. And so far in the... Wait, hold on. Was the second of the preseason. He's averaging 20.7 points, 10 boards, and 1.7 steals through 3 games. He's looking fantastic through preseason. I love Tari Eason. I hope that he really does turn out to be nearly as good as he can be. And then we got Onyeka Okongwu, who Onyeka Okongwu is going to be one of those guys, if they decide to go away from Clint Capella, Onyeka Okongwu is going to be that number 1 center. So I think that he he has a chance. Or if they decide to space the floor with a guy, it's going to be with Onyeka Okongwu. Love that spot. Markelle Fultz, once he gets healthy, he's going to be a really good facilitator here for this super young but very talented Orlando roster. So I love my draft so far this year. I'm happy with my team. I hope that my team stays competitive. I feel like if nothing else, even if my starting five isn't necessarily the best, I feel like we have a very deep roster that can get a lot of stuff done. So I really do like this. I think that we have a really good chance to make some noise here in this league. I hope that we can go ahead and do good. I will keep everybody updated though, so make sure that if you guys are new, just hit that sub button. I mean, why not? It'll be fun. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and log off. I got to finish my editing for my NBA video. It's going to be an absolute blast. It's going to be fun to watch, so make sure that you guys do tune in for that. Found 4 plays. I really love them all, so make sure you guys do check that out. But that's going to do it for me.